This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Winterboro School.
There's Jasmine Whiteside. Jasmine, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us today. A junior at Winterboro High School. And Jasmine, there are so many accolades that have been bestowed upon you and so many accomplishments. We could take 2 hours to discuss this, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jasmine Whiteside. I'm a junior at Winterboro High School. There, I serve as a member of the student leadership team, FBLA, FCA. I'm also a softball player there. I also have 23 college credits at the University of Alabama through the UA Early College program, which allows me to enroll at the University of Alabama as a part-time student. Also, I'm a member of the Talladega County Ambassador Program, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Ascends Program, and also at UA Early College, I serve as a member of their Ambassador Program. Recently at Winterboro, I have started a mentoring program called BLAST, Building Legacies Around Student Trust.
Wow, that is fantastic. A junior at Winterboro High School. What's so special about Winterboro?
Winterboro is #exceptional. What I like about Winterboro the most is the student-teacher ratio. With the small student-teacher ratio there is, it's more easier to connect with the teachers, and the students learn more when there's not a lot of students in the class. So,
Notice you got your blue on this morning.
Yes, sir.
How have you been able to accomplish all of this? There's got to have been some hard work and some certainly long hours and that kind of stuff. Does it come natural to you?
With the help of my dad helping me with my time management, it's really becoming easier.
Wow. Scholar at Winterboro High School, been a part of the Senior Beta Club for 2 years and Junior Beta Club for 2 years, Fellowship of Christian Athletes program for almost 3 years as well. How important is that to you, being a part of that organization?
Fellowship of Christian Athletes program, it's extremely important to me. I love being a Christian, and it helps me walk by faith while also being an athlete.
Outside of school and your church, this Emerging Young Leaders program and second year of the Ascends program. Explain these.
The Ascends program is run by the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority in Talladega College. It's the Chi chapter, Mu Tau Omega chapter. What we do, they basically prepare us for life after high school with help on the ACT, exploring different colleges and coming up with a good career that would fit us.
Wow. Jasmine Whiteside, a junior at Winterboro School, our guest this morning. She is our Star Student of the Month. Now, after graduation, you plan on getting a bachelor's degree in what and where?
I plan on finishing up at the University of Alabama with a bachelor's degree in kinesiology.
All right. Now, I talked to you about this before we came on, and I said, I don't know if I can pronounce that or not. What is that?
Kinesiology is basically the study of bones through sports.
Good gracious. You want to go to Georgia Southern for a master's degree as well and a doctorate degree in sports psychology.
Yes, sir.
You played basketball at Winterboro for several years, and how can that tie your experience on the hardwood to sports psychology?
Well, I want to do many different sports throughout my high school year. That's why now I've started on the softball track. That way I would have a feel of each sport to fit in when a person comes to me and needs sports psychological help. I can relate to them in some type of fashion.
Yeah, obviously your family is important too. You talk about your family a little bit.
Yes, sir. My mom, she's hard of hearing, but she works at the Alabama Institute of the Deaf and Blind, and my dad is retired from OSHA.
Does your dad kind of keep you in line?
Yes, sir.
You want to open your own practice of sports psychology, and maybe for a college or professional athletic department, or become a sports exercise psychologist for the U.S. Air Force. Now, Jasmine, it sounds like to me that you really thought about all of this and kind of laying the brickwork and the foundation for what you want to do in the future.
Yes, sir. I want to become a sports psychologist. Hopefully, my first goal is to become one for the University of Alabama's athletic team or East Tennessee State's athletic team.
You're a member of Kingston Missionary Baptist Church, and you were a part of that youth choir for several years. Obviously, your church is important to you.
Yes, sir. I go to church at Kingston Baptist Missionary Church in Alpine, Alabama, where the pastor is Reverend Byron F. White.
At school, how do you want to be perceived or looked at as a junior there at Winterboro?
I want to be looked at as the person that the younger students can look up to, the person that they can cry on if they need a shoulder to cry on. I want to be that helping hand to them.
With all of the accomplishments and all the interests that you're involved in now, how do you keep that balance and keep it fun?
My time management skills. I have to balance everything out with there being there could be several meetings in 1 week, and I have to keep track of those and make sure that I can do all of those things.
Yeah. Who's someone, Jasmine, who's played a role in your life, whether it's your dad, including your dad or your mom, or someone inside the walls of the church or the school that's been a role model to you?
My grandparents have definitely been a role model. They've showed me that throughout all of their trials and tribulations that you can never give up. As long as you have faith in God, then anything is possible. So
they're very much encouragers to you.
Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. Jasmine Whiteside, who's a junior at Winterboro School, and she is a part of so many of the organizations there. And in your studies, what has been the most challenging to you? Obviously, you're well-rounded and kind of know what direction you want to go. But what is a challenge or two that you face getting to where you are now?
I would have to say probably at first my time management, because I started doing a lot of stuff when I was in 7th grade, so I didn't know as much about time management, but now that I do, it's
All
good.
Right. Jasmine Whiteside, who is a junior at Winterboro School. She's a scholar there, and so many accolades that have been bestowed upon her, and thanks to her hard work and involvement. She, of course, played on the Winterboro High School varsity girls basketball team, and you like to give too, don't you, Jasmine?
Yes, sir, I do.
How do you do that?
I like especially spreading the word of gospel. That's the biggest gift you can give anybody, because it can go a long way. Also, if anything that I have that someone don't have and they need, I'm more than happy to give it to them.
What would you share in closing this morning with those who are watching about reaching their goals in life, whether they're young or not so young?
Never give up. If you give up on yourself, that's the biggest mistake you can make. Always keep your faith in God and keep your eye on the prize.
All right, Jasmine Whiteside. Jasmine, thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you.
Jasmine is a junior at Winterboro High School, and she is our Star Student of the Month, Jasmine Whiteside. More Daybreak just ahead.
This Star Student of the Month was brought to you by TV 47. Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.